The truth is, everything you've heard on YouTube or Instagram or read in articles about freelance pricing was a lie. I am also guilty of this, and in this video, I'm gonna give you the hard truth, so stay tuned. Hey designer friends, what is up? My name is Ron Segal. Welcome back to Flux. This time we're talking about freelance pricing. The other day I was listening to a podcast from two of my friends, Chris Do and Mike Janda, and they had a podcast about pricing and try to break down, value pricing and understanding your costs. And I listened to that podcast, which is a topic that I've covered multiple times. I've read a lot about the topic. Obviously, I've been a freelancer for a lot of years, so I know this from firsthand. And as I was hearing them explaining and giving you kind of like the breakdown, the premise was, you don't have to guess. Don't feel like you're guessing every time that you're going to figure out a price for your clients. Here's a step-by-step process for understanding what your costs are, what the value to the client is, what their budget is, and then figure out how to give a good price so you don't lose out money. And when I listened to this, I actually thought to myself, dang, this is not true. And I've been guilty about this myself because I've been giving very similar advice for many years. And actually, the first online course that I've ever created was called the pricing class for freelancer, where we try to give like a step-by-step process and a formula to help people understand how to better price with the same premise. Like, people hate guessing. They hate the stress of not knowing what to charge for a client, for a project. And so I was trying to help them, and I understand Chris Do and Mike Janda and everybody. We're just trying to help people who hate this, state of insecurity, of not really sure what to do next and don't want to just come up with a number. So we try to give you frameworks. We try to help you understand your costs and what the value to the client is and what the budget is to help you break this down. But here is the hard truth. At the end of the day, it's not a guess, but it is a decision, and the decision itself is arbitrary, and the decision is yours. And I want to explain what I mean by that. If you go to if you go to a Gucci store, for example, do you think Gucci, of course Gucci knows what the cost is to manufacture a bag, for example, and of course they're going to charge more than it takes to manufacture it because they want to make a profit. But do you think they've actually ask or do kind of like research? Hey, dear people who buy, bags, what is the budget that you have for buying bags? No, they just make a decision. Here's the price point that we want to charge for the bags. Here's what we value the bags at. We don't care if you value it or not. This is what we value it. And if you want to buy this, buy this. If you don't want to buy this, go elsewhere. Now, of course, if other people would not find this valuable, they would go out of business. But assuming that there is a fit between what they value their work and what other people outside value their work, then there is a match, and the decision is made by them. This is what I want to reiterate. It's not there, there's a lot of talk about what is the market value of something, right? Well, you have to make a reasonable price because, if everybody's paying $3,000 for a website and you're going to charge $10,000 for a website, then your client is going to say, but I can go to this other guy who sells it for $3,000. So there is this concept of market price. But the truth is the market price does not matter because you don't care what the market is. The market is a lot of people. You only need to convince this one person that you're talking to right now to care enough about what you're doing and working with you. And if only this one person agrees on it, agrees to pay you what you want, then he's the market for you. It doesn't really matter what other people in the market are doing. You only need a market of one, right? If you're selling let's take an example from real estate, right? You might live in a neighborhood where your houses sell for a certain price, but you renovate your house and you make it really, really amazing. And so when somebody sees your house, say, wow, this is an amazing house, I want this house. You can say, no, I'm not selling it. I really, really love this house. Like all the other houses on this street sell for $1 million, but this guy wants, I want to buy your house. And you're like, no, I'm not selling. So I'll pay you $2 million. I'll pay you $3 million. I'll pay you $5 million. If this person decides that your house is worth $5 million to him, and he's willing to pay you $5 million for your house, it doesn't really matter what other houses on the street sell for, right? This is the value for this specific person, and you can sell it for him for whatever price he's willing to pay. So there is the concept of market price is just holding you back to what other people are willing to pay. Now, again, as I've mentioned with the Gucci example, if you decide to sell a website for $5 million because that's what you value it, and nobody's willing to, to pay it, then you'll be out of business. That being said, you have to make the decision. You have to make the decision before you go ahead and meet the client, or before you go ahead and talk to somebody, because that's the value of you placing the value on your work. Nobody's gonna do that work for you, and you have to push forward. Now, I know this is so difficult, and this is why most people will not tell you this, and they will give you formulas. Again, me included, I try to do this because the reason is designers, mostly, and freelancers, they're very insecure and they don't value the work that they are doing, mostly because, oh, I enjoy so much doing it. I can't believe I'm being paid for this. So I feel bad about taking a lot of money for doing something that I like, right? So we undervalue our work constantly. And that's why, me and Chris Do and all the other people here, they're trying to give you framework for understanding that the value is higher than what you are valuing it, right? And we're telling you, think about the cost. How long does it take you to do amazing work, and what other people are paying, so that you can understand that the value is probably higher than what you are, placing on the value itself. That being said, that type of thinking is only going to get you into, covering your costs and charging what other people are charging, which is reasonable. But that is not the way to push forward, and that is not the way to break through and create something amazing. For that to happen, you have to place the value on your work before you do it. You have to tell yourself, I can do something fantastic. Working with me is worth the price because I can do something amazing for them. I can give them amazing experience. I can give them great service. And that's why I am deciding right now that this is the price that I will charge for my work, because I am worth it. Nobody else can do that work for you. This is a work that you have to make, and this is a decision, right? Pricing is basically a marketing, a positioning tool. When you charge high, you position yourself as a premium. When you charge low, you position yourself as, cheap. You make this decision. That's not a decision that clients make for you. You can decide whether you want to work up market or whether you want to work at the bottom of the market. That is your choice. Yes, if you choose to work up market, you have to deliver on quality. You have to know how to reach people who care about this and can pay these prices. All of those things are correct. But the decision whether you're gonna work at the top of the market or in the middle of the market or at the bottom of the market, that is a decision that you have to make. A lot of people feel like because they're at the bottom, and all they can see is other people at the bottom, and all they can see is the clients at the bottom, they don't even understand. Or they will always say things like, oh, in India, all clients are cheap, or here, nobody values design, or this or this. They will give you excuses why they see the whole world as the bottom of the pyramid, but realize this is just the bottom of the pyramid. And you can choose to be at different parts of the pyramid, but this is a choice that you have to make. Nobody else will make that choice for you. And so this is the hard truth, because there is no easy step-by-step process. The process is And usually the way that it happens is with each project that you're doing, you're building confidence. With each project that you're doing, you're getting positive feedback from your clients about how amazing it was to work with you and how happy they are with your work. You're building the confidence and you're like, you know what? I think next time I'm gonna push higher for a new price. And each time you're trying to push and see what the market will accept, or what your market will accept, or what your clients will accept. But this is it. I hope that you now understand, yes, it's important to know what your costs are. Yes, it's helpful to know what the client budget are, but it doesn't mean that if the client budget is $3,000, you have to price the project at $3,000. I mean, again, think about real estate, and I know this from my house. How many times I've said, all right, I'm gonna rent an apartment and this is my budget. And then I go see an apartment and that apartment is so amazing. I'm like, we're gonna go above the budget a little bit because somebody showed me something that I really liked and I got excited about and I decided to change my budget. So if you can do that, if you can believe that your work is worth it, and you communicate that to your clients and your confidence, oh, you only have 3,000, right? This costs 5,000. I mean, if you can't afford it, too bad. I mean, I would love to show you other solutions that might fit your budget, but this costs 5,000. If you want that, that's the price of that. And once you have the confidence in that, you will see, and there is value in that $5,000 offer, you will see that the clients will make the decision whether this is worth it for them or not. I hope you find this helpful. I hope with each project that you're doing, you're gonna push things to the next level, build your confidence, and succeed as a freelancer. Much love. Of course, if you find this video valuable, make sure you like it. Make sure you're subscribed for more videos about design, web design, and freelance. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.